Hey everybody, hope everybody had a good trading day today. Um, very, I don't know that I would call today a good day for value, but we had a nice setup on Amazon that gave us a $17 move, and they look like they have some really nice potential, but overall, the sentiment is looking like it's a little bearish in a couple of select names, in particular Square, Tesla, Nvidia, and Zoom, which we're going to go ahead and dive into. But the very first name I want to pull up is Amazon. All right, so we hit it today for the first time in a while, really. We actually got like a legit breakout above the 50-day moving average for the first time in a couple weeks now. Gave us that nice move off of 3280 that we had on the watch list this morning off Twitter. And now we're at that spot. We know that these bigger names like to move off of whole numbers, round numbers. So I have 3,300 plotted. Now, from a technical standpoint, 3298 looks like a good entry, but I want to wait for 3,300 to confirm. More call buying on the flow side today, so I'm really liking this name. I just want to see it confirm over that 3,300 spot, and then this name definitely has some nice potential. But as far as sentiment, that's about where my bias stops as far as the long side. If we go ahead, going back to the watch list here, Square, one of my favorite setups for tomorrow. If we look at Square on the daily chart, we're holding on to that 200-day moving average for dear life, just barely hanging on to it here at 210. And really, if we go to the hourly chart, we have rejected, let's see, 210 right there. We rejected it June 3rd, and now here we are going into June 10th, and it looks like we might be ready to snap below that 210 spot, right? We tested 210.01 right at the close today, and if we can get a slight gap up and then break down below this thing, definitely looks like we have some room down to 206 and maybe even more if the volume is looking good. So that's going to be my two main watches tomorrow, Square and Amazon. More than likely, I'm not going to play both, but maybe. For the most part, they're probably both going to go bullish or both going to go bearish, but there is a chance that we get a nice breakout on Amazon to the upside, and Square definitely has some room to the downside. All right, following the short theme, we have Tesla, and Tesla really is building kind of like Square is. They're just building right on that 200-day moving average. So I'm looking for a snap of 595. If we can break below that 595 spot, and you look on the daily here, if we break below 595, our measured potential is going to be 583. So potentially a $12 move there, which I would be very happy with that on Thursday, with the premiums being a little cheaper going into Friday. And 595 confirms on the hourly chart. And if we go to the 5-minute chart, same thing, right? That 595 spot, if we can break below there, definitely some nice room to the downside. All right, third name that we're keeping a close eye on, and Nvidia really to me has two entries, right? There is definitely an aggressive entry at 690. I think there's any question about it. If you go to the hourly chart, 60-minute time frame, we have rejected this thing twice. Each of the past 2 days, we've rejected this spot. Definitely an aggressive entry, and I say that because we have linear regression right there. We also have the 50-day moving average sitting right there as well. Now this is a bullish name for the most part that's been on a nice run due to the news that they're going to do a 4-to-1 share split. But with that being said, it might be time for it to catch a breather. I like the SQ and the Tesla setups more to the downside, but this is a name that if they snap 690 and then definitely 687, I would say, I think we have room down to at least 684. So definitely a name I'm keeping a close eye on. And then to wrap up my watch list for tomorrow, Zoom is on my radar. I don't have an exact entry on this thing. I just want to highlight on their daily chart. If we go to the daily here, they've been running up through supply, and now they're pulling back into their demand. And really what I'm keeping a close eye on here is with the overall sentiment on Zoom being bearish over the past couple of months and us running right up, See how we've kind of been doing this pinball thing, pull back, pulled up, pull back, pull up to the top now. And now I'm looking for them to snap. If we can snap this right here, right, I don't see any reason why we can't test the 200s again. So that might actually be a swing entry. Maybe we go for some August puts, like 270, 280 puts, and just see if we can get them at the money or in the money. But I'm definitely keeping a very close eye on this. As far as day trades go on Zoom, there does look like if we can snap this 333 spot, like we have some room down to test 328.8, 329, which wouldn't be a bad move. You know, a $5 move the day before expiration would not be a bad thing. And it's also important to note the ATR is 4.4, so it's not unreasonable to expect a $5 move for a cash flow scalp. All right, so those are the 5 main watches tomorrow. I will go ahead and tweet out official watch list based on pre-market action. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop a comment down below or send me a tweet. All right, have a good night, everybody.